Alright, welcome back to the Oakberry Country Champs at Warilla Barrack Point. We've got the 90 to 149 mixed Taplin. We've got Byron Bay, Yamba, Coffs Harbour, Browley, Warilla Barrack Point and Mollybook. And with me, Adam Mills.
Simon, an interesting thing about this race is you've got 3 teams from the northern branches and 3 teams from the southern branches. So big ding-dong battle here. And if we have a look at some of the lineups, we've got some familiar names in there. Blair Day.
Huge name.
Brother of Ali. Joe Doherty from Yamba, he's going to be a big man. He's well respected in the Masters fraternity. And Joe Acai.
Very strong team there, Joe Doherty. He'll be on the ski there today.
Oh, yes. So Joe Acai is another name I'm familiar with. She's a multiple Aussie and multiple World Championship medalist. So let's see how they go with the start.
Yep, in the starter's hands. Oh, look at that couple of nice dad bods.
That's it. A few mums in there lining up. So you've got a mix of ladies and men in this. So and I think you'll find a lot of the ladies will probably take out the men in the swim race.
Yeah, big time. And look, Surf Life Saving does equality really well. The men versus the women, let's go.
So who's that leading off there? Is that a Coffs Harbour cap, is it? He's taken off like a balloon, or is it Mollybook I can see? They've taken off. Geez, the others are a bit of a surf swell. They've got to negotiate this swell now. There's a difference between a pool swimming and surf swimming, Simon.
Yes.
So your pool swimmers, they get their cadence up, but if these waves will sort of interrupt their stroke.
Well, that's right. It's a very different stroke too. I mean, obviously in the pool you've got the black line where you know exactly where you are down the lane. But here, they have to be lifting their head constantly to make sure they're on target with the can, because if you go off course, that can be your race done.
So this is a tight race, Simon. What do you got? 7 teams all in a big bunch there, not relinquishing anything. They're all still having a crack here, trying to get to that can first. So all important to get to the can, get ascendancy, get around and get first crack at the waves. It looks like Yamba out in front, was it now? Taking the lead?
Yeah, looks like Yamba there. That's right. And look, mate, home ground advantage for Warilla. I don't think they're going to have it all their way with this race. There's a lot of good Masters teams here.
There is. They've all turned up in numbers.
Adam, look at this. Bottleneck around the can.
Oh, they're fighting around the can for positions. That's when they get the kids, you talk about the pulling of legs and over the top, swinging the arms over the top, goggles coming off.
Yeah,
Masters
look at that.
Are into it. All right, around the pink can. So the leader's now just about to turn the final can and head-to-head in. So they're going to be looking for the little runners and trying to get a bit of a lift on the way in, trying to catch some waves. It's a bit full today, so I don't know if they've got to get much assistance coming in. It's a long swim.
Well, that's right. And in this arena, we've noticed that to the south, there's a little bank. I wonder if any of them have picked up on that and whether it'd be worthwhile to head to the south and try and catch a wave in.
It might come into play later on with the craft events, Simon, with the boards and the skis. They might be targeting those little runners.
Look at this. Is this enough?
Oh. Is he getting on it? No, it's not quite. It's a bit too full. So he's stretching this lead out here now.
So I can see a Warilla in third there. He's having a bit of a look. He can sense the wave.
Come on, he's going to get this wave. They just can't pull over it.
No one's going to get it, mate. They're sort of stuck in the deep water there.
Look at the lineup of the swell there. They just can't get the swell. It's all to the southern end, isn't it? Peaking. It's looking to swim all the way in.
Yep.
So the 3 front markers now, they're sort of stretching the lead a bit and leaving the others behind. So we've got a clear 1, 2, 3 coming into the first change.
That's Yamba. That's Yamba in the lead.
That's a Yamba cap I can see. So the next leg is the board leg, Simon, followed by the ski. So equally you need a good board paddler to get out and get a bit of luck with the break. So the swimmer needs to get as much of the lead as possible to give his board paddler a chance.
Look at how hard it is just to get up off the bank. There's a bit of a sloping bank, so to get onto the sand to get those legs pumping can be a bit hard sometimes. Warilla in second.
Can't pick the cap there. Is that...
That's Port Macquarie.
Port Macquarie hanging around. That's coming around. There they go. Paddlers are heading off now. There's a Warilla paddler going in. Yamba's going in.
And look at the transitions there. How's that? They are all bunched up. Big punch there.
Look at the speed.
From the paddler from Warilla. That was awesome.
Oh, look at this paddler on the outside. He's flying.
Punching through. Yeah, look at that. Who is that?
Is that the
Yamba?
Is that the Yamba paddler?
Yamba's done a bit of a handicap race. He's allowed Warilla and Port Macquarie to go in front, and he's like, I'll reel you in, let's go.
Right, so that's Warilla stretching out on the knees. We've got Yamba tucked in behind, doing a bit of drafting.
Adam, that's a bit of showmanship there.
Oh.
They've just tightened up the race, Yamba. They've said, let's do this properly. and make it entertaining.
That's it. He's drafting in there. He's got to conserve a bit of energy. Let's see how he goes when he gets up around the front can. Oh, look, these top three leaders, they're starting to stretch the lead a bit now. So 1, 2, 3, the medalists.
Yeah.
The front two paddlers are now left that third paddler behind.
Change of the lead there. Yamba taking over Warilla Barrack Point.
So they've upped the rate. He's upped the rate now. Look at that rate. Lay down paddling, rating up. Interesting to see who gets on their knees and who doesn't.
Yeah, well, look, they'll be getting a little bit tired, but this is definitely the point of the race where you want to get up on the knees. You are a better paddler. You can just use more muscle groups when you're on your knees to get more thrust.
Here we go. Most of these masters will be old school as well, from the used to the knees. And here they go, front two onto their knees, driving for waves, looking for the little runners.
Nice little runner there from our paddler from Yamba. Stretching that lead, geez.
Oh, look at them now. These front two paddlers are really stretching that lead out. And there's some swell, Simon. Look at this swell. If you can get over the top of this wave, he's puffing, driving.
Not quite. So a lot of these people, they're probably water safety
officials.
Yep.
They've been
working
out,
on the board.
Probably age managers with the juniors yesterday.
Doing plenty for the club, but still love getting out there and competing against their mates.
They were single man tent carriers.
There'll be plenty of single man tent carriers in that for sure.
Oh, look, he's got a nice little wave there to extend that lead, that front marker. So Yamba coming through with a handy lead for his third paddler, the ski. Oh, look at that transition as well. He's got a bit of a gallop up, son.
Yeah.
So who we got for Yamba? That's Joe Doherty, I think. He's a competitor, Joe Doherty. Here he goes on the ski. He's got a handy lead. Is there a set that's going to hold him up, though?
Doesn't have to rush there. Here's Warilla coming in second. Very nice paddle.
It looks like Nicole Sims. She's a model medalist. She also does the opens as well, backs up. And I think you'll find the medal tally at the end of the day will show that she's probably goes around the cans 15 or 20 times this weekend. So it's a huge effort from Nicole.
Well, Warilla have done a really good job. They've come in with numbers. They really want to get this point score. And like you said, there's a lot of people backing up for Warilla, doing opens, doing masters. Even the youngsters stepping up into the opens category.
Yeah, they're host club. Yeah, they're doing it for their club. Down there in numbers, racing for the overall point score. So Yamba are getting away with this race now, Simon. They've really stretched that lead out. I can't see them being headed off unless something happens to Joe, his rudder fails or he falls off his ski.
Adam, I think they knew this all along, old Yamba. They were playing there with us in the board, which was fun. But look, that is what this Masters racing is all about. It is super fun. It's the best way to stay active, get out there in the sun, stay healthy, stay fit. There's nothing better.
That's it. Now, we can't see that second paddler now. I was wondering whether Warilla's ski paddler has got the ticket to keep up with, or we've got some back markers. Byron have got a lot of good ski paddlers. We might have a Rowley Waters. It could be a paddler in Mollymook that might come up and make a bit of a challenge for it, but Yamba's running away with it. Where's that second paddler? We still can't see them in the picture.
That is a perfect wave from Yamba. Look at that, held it all the way to the beach. That is a winning wave.
Textbook dismount. Yeah. Joe Doherty, look at him, he's cruising.
Pretty to watch.
Here's another shot of the dismount. Look at this, textbook dismount. He is cruising. Look at that man.
That is a hot nipper dad right there.
Look at him go.
Yes, dad bod all the way.
He's a bit nonchalant about that win there, isn't he? Hey, he's going, no, I'm not handling my paddle over.
Yeah.
Right, where's our second paddler? There they come in now.
So there we are. Yamba in first, Mollymook second, and Byron Bay in third. Warilla coming in fourth. Always a good bit of sportsmanship there.
And a few beers at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
We're here with Joe. He's just done the Masters Taplin. He's from Yamba. Tell us about your history with the Taplin.
We've got plenty of Masters competitors and been doing the Taplin for a long time. And I guess for a lot of us, we've got kids competing in the nippers over the weekend, which has got a lot of us back in the water again. And we put together 2 teams. Hopefully we can next year come back again and have a few more teams and get a few more wins. We've had a good weekend. It's been really fun.
Amazing. You guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the Country Champs brought to you by Oakberry. Another huge race here, the Open Male Taplin. It's the Kudgeon, Warilla and Gerringong show here in this Taplin.
Oh, have a look at this sign. We've got 2 teams from Coogin, 2 from Gerringong, and 4 teams from Warilla. Just shows the depth that Warilla have got at this carnival. I did see a stat the other day with 33 entries from Warilla in the open male surf race. Where do you get 33 paddling swimmers from?
Wow. Well, hey, they're doing something right at Warilla, that is for sure. And we got John Wilkie there. He'll be taking up the ski for Coogin. Come over from Western Australia, joined our club. He's been a real asset.
50 plus master. I noticed a name in there, Jack Carberry, so Ben Carberry's younger brother. Ben in the Nutrigrain series, so he'll have some form. And they're off.
Everyone heading to the north there. So the boys have had a look at the break. They're like, this is the best way out. And look at that rip, really starting to drain out of that gutter there.
Yeah, so there's a rip, pull them straight out the back. So they've all headed to that little hole in the bank there, and getting dragged straight out. So I'm expecting that the Warilla swimmers will be at the fore here. There's some very strong swimmers in amongst this bunch.
And as you can see, the 3 Warilla boys have just headed to the north a bit, sticking together. We've got 2 Coogin competitors just down to the south there, so they're also sticking together. It's interesting to watch that. Diving under the wave, under early, up late. These boys really know how to get this swim done.
Now you got Bailey. I think Bailey's probably one of the swimmers, and really he's probably the form swimmer. I think Bailey was a medalist, or if not a winner in the Aussies last year, over in Perth. So he's really going to stretch his field out at the front of the pack, and try and give his team a bit of ascendancy going into the next 2 legs. And look at him; he's stretching that lead out. He's just a natural water competitor.
Here we go, getting to the can. So these boys, they will not give an inch. There will be no space or racing room given here. If they're side by side, they're going to be tussling for that position.
So what have we got? Warilla first, second, and probably third, and maybe even fourth at the moment. So they've got some powerful swimmers. I think Coogin will come into their own when the craft legs come on, or into the board and the ski. So we'll see how the race pans out. But these 2 swimmers are really stretching their lead out now.
Powering, sheer speed, Adam. There's been no waves in this. They have just outswum the boys from Coogin.
Now, is that a 6-beat kick, Simon? I see. Look at the kick thrashing. Oh, here's a wave. Look at this wave building up. Who's on it?
That's a monster. That's one of the biggest waves we've seen this weekend. Swell lifting here at the moment. And look at that. So there you go. You could pick up a little runner and get yourself a 5-metre gap just like that.
How much advantage did he get out of that little wave?
Well,
he's really stretching that lead out now. He's raiding up. Big 6-beat kick, trying to pull himself onto those waves. Here's a big wave coming out the back, Simon. This might bring a couple of the back markers through.
Could do. Who's on?
Who's on this?
Can't get on that, but look at this. The second place competitor from Warilla, great wave. He's been able to catch up to the front runner, and he hasn't picked up the wave, Adam. Unable to catch the broken wave.
So hard to pick a broken wave up.
And there it is. There comes a point in these races where your effort will not determine your position in the race. And there it is. From second, straight into first.
And they're striding out through to this little shore break now, trying to give their board paddle every advantage they can.
Really well swum there from Warilla. And look at that, up nice and high. Is that Storm Balmain from Warilla?
It might be Storm Balmain. He's another young gun coming up, isn't he? He's really let it out.
Under 17.
You've probably got Jaden Beaumont as well. There's another 2 guns. And who's that? Bailey Copeland. He's caught away from the clouds. He's come from the clouds up into 3rd place.
Awesome swim. Looked like they were nowhere. Bailey has single-handedly just brought Coogin back into 3rd place. Warilla really pumping hard. Still got another leg to go here. This is the second leg of the Taplin. The board onto the ski. Smashing through that whitewash. See you later. Damn, these boys know how to paddle. I can't wait to see these teams when they get down to state, because that's when it's on.
So we've got 2 Warilla and 2 Coogin in the water, I think, Simon. So look how easy they make it look getting out through these waves. These boys, 6 strokes and they're out the back.
Certainly, mate. I mean, they've got all the power in the world. They'd be training 3-4 times a week in the ocean. Who knows how many sessions they're doing in the pool, but they are proper athletes.
And there's a fair swell there holding these boys up too.
Bales looks like he's been able to keep in touch with them there. So they've just passed the swim cans, heading out to the 4 black and white board cans. Warilla first, Warilla second, and looks like Coogin Headland in 3rd. So we've seen a lot of races these days, and Coogin has been able to get over the line. This will be really nice for the home team to get a couple of gold
That's
medals.
it. Now, do you think the master Scott McCartney's on one of those boards there? I think that might be Scotty on the
pearl.
On
the black pearl. It is Scott McCartney
in this race, so he's trying to get. He made 10 straight finals on the board in his day at Aussie finals, so he's probably trying to pick up this back markers and working his way through.
He definitely will. So here we go. Warilla, little wave there. They're just going to catch this together. They're teammates. There'll be no shenanigans in on the shore here. They'll both push their board away. That is a tactic that I've seen down in Sydney a lot. When there's two people coming in on a wave, they'll actually boost the board out and trip up the competitor on their side. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, right, okay.
Little bit there.
Oh, look, they're both racing. They're fighting it out for this win too. They both, even though they're in the same club, they're fighting it out for the gold medal, first and second. And we've got Kujin in third, sitting in the back there.
And the boys will know that. They don't want Kujin anywhere near them. They want a Warilla 1-2. And that's what the home crowd want as well.
There he is, Scott McCartney coming around. He's taking over young Liam Wilson
on the
paddling. So he's caught up. Scotty.
Captain,
super captain.
Captain Scott Sparrow on the Black Pearl.
Alright, and we got this Kujin ski paddles now. They've got it all
Cody
in front
Bell.
of them there. All in front of them now. The Warilla got a really handy lead now. It's going to be a big task to try and catch them up. But hey, who knows? Coming in, these boys at the front might lose their ski. Anything can happen.
You better can. And looks like Jerry Gong there. They're going to pass the paddler from Jerry Gong. No chance of a 10.5 foot racing male keeping up with their skis. They are super fast. Travelling at around 16 to 24 kilometres an hour. A good paddler at flat out speed can possibly even go faster. And mate, look at Wilkie. Wilkie from Kujin rating up raw speed, raw power. He's motoring to try and catch these Warilla competitors.
So Johnny Wilkie's 50 plus, Simon. So he's come across from Sorrento this year, moved across to Fingal, joined Kujin, and he can paddle.
Well, he certainly can, and this is clear from this footage.
Look at him rating up here. How much has he picked up that rate? Like he's halved that gap.
Cody Bell's doing well to keep up with him here, but John Wilkie, he's got his eyes on these first and second competitors from Warilla.
He's mowing them down, Simon. Look at this.
Mowing them down. He's just about to hit the apex can, 90-degree turn on the 6.5 foot ski.
All these Warilla boys, they just want to hope they get into that wave zone before John catches the back of them, so they can get a bit of lead. And they have. Look at this. The front markers, they've got a little runner.
Quarter runner straight from the can. That's exactly what they want to see. Moving through nice and fast. I think John's going to have to concede here. The boys are on the wave from Warilla. They can paddle.
I think this will take them all the way home, Simon. John's wave out the back has sort of fallen flat, so he was on a little run and he hasn't got much out of it. These boys are going to get this all the way to the beach.
And how's this? Second place competitor from Warilla, seen a little wave, thought he's going to take it. Are we going to have a sprint here? Are we going to have a sprint
I think it's the
for
first
the
and
finish
second.
here?
I wonder whether we've got a young gun team and an older team, eh? The opens. Might be the young guns taking the opens out in the Warilla. I think that might be the case. It looks like the young guns. Was that Jack Carberry maybe, is it? And there's John Wilkie in the background, just a wave away from
Yeah, bit of a clap. Not leaving anything to chance. Knows he's got the gold there.
Nice, comfortable. We're not even going to contest the second team there. Just nice and comfortable. First, second. This has been all weekend, isn't it?
Kujin Warilla.
First, second, third and fourth. So we've got two teams from Warilla, first and second. There's Cody Bell coming in.
Cody Bell
nice
for third.
Johnny Wilkie in for fourth.
So there it is. Warilla 1-2. Kujin Headland in third. Mate, I've just got back from having a bit of lunch and I had myself an Oakberry Acai.
And how good are those Oakberry Acais?
Oh my god, I'm a massive fan. But coming up now, we've got the open female Taplin. Who we got, Adam?
So we've got two teams from Kujin A and B. Warilla got a couple of teams in there. Mollymook A, Warhope Bonny Hills, Tathra, Port Macquarie and Woolgoolga. So it's a battle of the just sort of shows the depth of the club in these Taplins, and it's a board, swim, ski is the order. So let's see how the teams line up. Swimmers out first and they're ready to go.
So the Coogin girls, really strong starters, boosting out hard, diving over that first wave, then getting back up into the wade. And that, I just watched the under-8s wade. That's a skill they take all through their surf life saving career.
How good have those under-8s been all weekend? I mean, watch
know.
those little champions get cleaned up by waves, they get up and bounce, and they're in and out again. Bit of porpoising.
Yeah. Yep,
Skills
very
for
important.
life. So opens out now. Someone who's this? Coogin taking out the lead, but looks at it in the swim.
Yes, and if I could see correctly, it looks like Izzy Tate again out in front. Really strong starter.
And we've got another Coogin competitor on the other side of the right, and a couple of Rillas tucked in the middle there. And that, if that's not mistaken, in the middle is a Woolgoolga cap, I think. So they're not going too badly. So they're starting to stretch out now. They're sort of drafting, sitting in behind. And here comes the tussle around the can sign.
Yeah.
Pulling legs, paddling over the top of each other.
Well, like we were saying in some other races, the country clubs, they're pretty considerate of each other. I mean, a lot of them are really good mates.
Oh yeah, I mean they don't say, "Hey, you go first," but they certainly fight for their positions over there. But they're good mates. Out of the competition arena, they all congratulate either after this and meet up, and they're always good friends. So here we're turning the last can. Lead swimmer, it's probably still Izzy Tate, I think, in the lead. Now she needs to try and get a good strong lead for a board paddler here, and give them every chance to get out through that wave zone first.
And how close is this racing? The whole pack have just gone around. Really tight. It's still anyone's race.
It's a nice tight race, Simon. Just as they're starting to come into the wave zone, it's a little bit full still on these waves, so I think they won't get any bit of a lift for the swimmers until they get in a bit closer to the shore. But there's a big wave coming out the back. Anybody on
Look
this?
at this. Wave come from nowhere. It's still quite deep where those swimmers are. They won't be able to pick this up. But this next couple of waves, they'll definitely be looking to stretch their lead out.
Not getting much assistance at the moment. So we've got the first two swimmers here. They look like Coogin caps out the lead, first and second.
Warilla in third. Here we go. Wave on. Still too deep. Wow, geez, that's torturous. No help at all getting back to shore.
Maybe something for the back markers that might bring them through to the front of the field. But Coogin, it's all their own at the moment, those first two leaders. So see how they go with their transition as well up the beach. It's all important to get their board paddlers off on the next leg.
Wave here for a second place competitor from Coogin. She's been able to, look at that, lead change right there with the wave into shore.
So two Coogin girls out in front, first and second, just the way we like it, Simon.
And look at that, that was Hayley Smith led it all the way around, showing Izzy, this is the way you do it, follow me, we'll get around the cans first.
So the young gun, followed by the master. And here's Warilla in third, and I'm not mistaken, Warilla in fourth as well.
So Izzy tagging, Poppy Bertigan, Hayley tagging, Sophie Boyd, the two girls train together. I think they will go around, no one will really stretch it out. They'll sort of team up and help each other around this course.
Yeah, there'll be a bit of drafting going on. They'll be pulling each other around the course. Now, they're getting a fairly good run. They're getting hit by a few waves here, so there's an opportunity for Warilla to sort of catch up here.
Poppy's gapped that perfectly. The wave hadn't quite broke where she was, and she took advantage of that. And look at that.
Now,
Just
check
a little gap.
the different styles here, Simon. So Poppy's on her knees. Sophie's a lay-down paddler. So you can see the different styles and how they move. So Poppy's popping on those boards, but Sophie doesn't give much like over the wave. She gets pretty forward movement as she's going. She's paddling double strokes. Oh, there's a wave just hit those Coogin paddlers. Brought them back the field a little bit, so it gives them a little bit of a sniff.
That's exactly what we really want to see. Few more waves hitting the girls from Coogin. Nice pop from Warilla there.
We still can't quite see that fourth paddler, maybe in the background there. We can't see who's coming through, but Coogin, I think they're almost out over that break. Warilla's still hanging in there. If these Coogin girls can get away, look, they're almost that can. So they've got a little bit of a mini break here, I'd call it, like in the tennis, mate. A mini break.
Yes,
if they can get into the beach and give their ski paddle a bit of an advantage, but Warilla's not letting them go altogether.
And you know what is awesome about this? We've got the queens from Coogin taking on the princesses here.
That's it. Now, Warilla aren't out of this race yet. They can still get back into this. A wave pop up, they're back into the mix straight away. Skis, someone falls off their ski, has a bit of trouble getting out through the swell. Plenty of race left in this event.
Oh yeah, so here we go. So you'll probably see Poppy. She's a knee paddler, she'll hit this last can, then I reckon she'll be getting up on her knee, trying to take full advantage of these runners on her way back to shore.
So these front three are now extended the lead considerably now, Simon, from that fourth paddle you can see over in the distance. And what a magnificent view. Look at that island over there. It's superb. This footage from the drones is amazing.
Really good.
Oh, here's a wave. Who's on it? Can they get a little runner out of this?
Not quite. Plenty of waves coming through here, Adam. The surf has really started to pick up. Sophie's had a look. She's moved to the north just a bit to try and take advantage of this wave, but I reckon Poppy's on here.
I think they both might get this wave. They're both going to pick up this set.
And look at that.
Yeah, they're both on. And look at the boomer out the back for Aurilla. It's just about out of the shot there, but I think Aurilla got to come through on a big boomer as well. Might bring him back up a bit.
That is exactly what the crowd want to see. They want Warilla back in this.
So there's Aurilla in the distance. They've just got a big wave out the back. That'll bring them right back into it.
So nice step off by Poppy and Sophie, running up, going into tag their ski paddlers.
There's Soph, got the shopping bag running style.
So here we go, Warilla. So let's see, we'll have Chloe Jones from Coogin, and that is Chloe Mills on the ski there. So let's see if our young gun can take out our master.
All right, the girls are just negotiating that little shore break. That's probably the hardest little bit of this race for these ski paddlers, getting off the beach and through that shore break and really starting to get the skis going. So Chloe's off to a great start. Both Chloe's. Chloe Mills is now starting to get a bit of a rate up. They can get out through this break and give themselves a bit of a lead from Warilla. I think they've got it home and hosed, Simon.
It definitely looks like that from now. The girls, the queens of Coogin have really played this race perfectly, showing the young girls how it's done. But I tell you what, they have really run a good race as well out of these young girls from Coogin.
I think the Warilla paddlers struggling at the back there, so obviously it could be their first year on a ski for the young Warilla paddler. They're still struggling in the shore break there. You can see them in that little shot, still trying to get out through the break. So they've lost touch with the Coogin competitors now.
And really, a bit of luck there too for Coogin. The waves died off just as they were coming out, then the sets come through. So unfortunately, it looks like Warilla's going to have to settle for third there. But let's just have a look at Chloe. I mean, this is what she does. She loves it. She's been riding these skis for years now.
So Chloe Jones, former state medalist on the board rescue with Hayley Smith. So she's been around for a while, got some good results on the board, and all the training is just coming through on these. And this is the last event of the day for these girls. So they've had a big weekend of racing and just keep backing up and backing up.
Yeah, well, Scott McCartney, their coach, gave them all a pep talk and said, never say die with this point score. They'll push it all the way to the very end.
Two ladies doing it very comfortably here now. Chloe's going to come around this last can and then look for a wave on the way in. They can be a bit conservative, Simon, too. They don't have to really push it. They don't have to take any big boomers. They can get a nice little wave that will take them all the way to the shore. So they got a bit of time.
And that'll be interesting to see that too. I mean, as good as it is to see someone just take off on a boomer and ride it all the way in, Chloe will just play it smart here. There's no need to throw it away.
That's it. Chloe Mills out the back. She's getting a couple little runners. Look at this little wave. She's going to get on this and bring her through a little bit.
Wow, that'd be a story. If Chloe Mills can catch up to Chloe Jones, no, she wasn't quite able to get onto that. But again, Chloe Jones, all the time in the world.
Comfortable as it is.
Very pretty to watch.
This textbook paddling out in front of the wave. Nice finish. All the way to the beach. And the girls are excited. Look at the rest of the girls clapping on. Let's go, Chloe.
And look, I tell you what a weekend for them. These three girls, Sophie, Chloe and Hayley, they're heading off to Japan as soon as this
ski. And there's a bit of skiing, I think, bit of a reward. So Chloe Mills has just had a little fall on the ski there at the end, so she's coming in second place there. Look at this beautiful way to finish off the Coogin girls, finish off their weekend with a win in the Open Female Taplin. Chloe Mills there, racing away from the ski.
Yeah.
Ski chasing her.
Yeah, for sure.
Chloe, again, she's had a big weekend as well. A nice way to cap off the weekend. And I think we'll just see who comes in third place, whether the real girls managed to get around or one of the back markers caught them up.
There it is. That's a massive gap there.
So you might have had Taff or on Wallingbook. Potentially they could have had a decent ski paddler that's come through.
So here we go, third place. She's sitting pretty there. Nothing really to worry about. She'll be happy just to jump off the ski, run up, greet her friends.
That's Wirral Barrack Point there. So that's a young paddler, I think. Looks like it's probably her first year on the ski, I think, Simon. Nice work. Ash looks a bit like our open Ironman winner, women, Claire Spicknell.
There you go. It is too. So Coogin Headland in first, Coogin in second, and Wirral Barrack Point in third.